It's signing into YouTube.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the Town of Colonie Zoning Board of Appeals meeting to order on March 10th, 2021. I believe everyone has received a copy of our March 3rd minutes from last Wednesday. If you please take a moment to review them. I guess I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of March 3rd.
I moved for approval of those.
Mary is seconded.
I'll
Nick?
second it.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. We have one item before the board tonight. This is 30 Waterford Avenue West. Take notice that the Town of Colonie Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a televised hearing on the 10th of March, 2021 at 7 p.m. to hear the appeal of Adam Leonardo, Rosewood Builders, from the decision of the building department manager for the Town of Colonie, denying him a building permit for the premises located at 30 Waterford Avenue West. The proposed construction of a new 2,500 plus or minus square foot single-family dwelling with a 24-foot front yard setback is not compliant with the minimum 40-foot front yard setback required in a single-family residential zoning district, as stated in the Town of Colonie Land Use Law, Article 6, Sections 190-24, 190-25, and 190 Attachment Number 2 Dimensional Table. Upon the request for a variance from versions of the Code of the Town of Colonie, Chapter 190, to permit such construction and use, and a secret determination for such appeal. To protect public safety during the state of emergency triggered by COVID-19, this public hearing will take place via video conference. Comments submitted will be read aloud by the chairman during the hearing. Any member of the public wishing to listen and view the meeting, please visit the town's YouTube channel and you can watch a live stream. We do have, this is deemed a type 2 seeker requiring no further review, and the affidavit of publication is on record. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Nia Chalakis, and I am with the applicant, Richard G. Rossetti, LLC. Adam Leonardo is traveling today. He's going to try to connect in, depending on his location. I don't see if he has been admitted into the meeting this evening?
He's not here yet.
Okay. All right. So I can go through this matter and hopefully I can answer whatever questions you may have. So Richard G. Rossetti LLC is the owner of the vacant parcel. It's approximately 19,250 square feet. It is located on the corner of Waterford Avenue West and Waterford Avenue East. The proposed home is to be oriented on Waterford Avenue East. Thank you. And we're looking to construct an approximately 2,500 square foot single family dwelling and request 2 area variances this evening. One, because this proposed home this lot is a corner lot, we are facing essentially two front lot setbacks instead of a front, back, and 2 sides. Because it's on a corner lot, we're dealing with 2 front yards. So the house as oriented on Waterford Avenue East currently on one end has a 30-foot setback as proposed on one corner and a 24-foot setback on the other corner. So either way, we're looking for a 16-foot variance on the front yard. The side yards are sufficient. They satisfy the bulk requirements. Again, the corner of the side of the home that's adjacent to Waterford Avenue West has a 26.2 foot setback as proposed, which would require a 13.8 foot area variance. And as you can see, that the side yard on Waterford Avenue West juts in like a triangular, upside down triangular piece, and there's a municipal drainage easement there. So as I mentioned before, all dimensional requirements in the single family residential district are met or exceeded with respect to this proposed property, other than the 2 front yard setback requirements. And just to orient you guys to the property is located to the immediate east of the Northway, south of Troy Schenectady Road in the vicinity of Latham Farms and the commercial corridor of Troy Schenectady Road, to the north of Woodlands of Latham, which is a 180 unit multifamily residential apartment complex. And to the south of this property is 33-36 Waterford Avenue. It's one parcel, which houses two triplexes. So again, we are looking for variance from the strict requirements of those setback requirements, and we believe that the application does warrant granting the area variances. The subject parcel will not produce an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood, and I say that because this neighborhood is varied. Like I mentioned before, there are single family homes, there are two family homes, there are triplexes. There's a 180 unit apartment complex. With respect to the single family homes and also the one triplex, I do add, in addition to the application you have before you, I add that the home at 40 Waterford Avenue sits 15.6 feet, has a 15.6 foot front yard setback from the road to the home. 33 Waterford, the triplex I mentioned before, has a 28.4 foot setback. 30 Utica has a 30.4 foot setback. 10 Utica has a 10.8 foot setback. 18 Utica has a 9.2 setback, and 48 Troy Avenue has a 26.2 foot setback. I wasn't able to calculate specifically with respect to 8 Waterford, 12 Waterford, 16 Waterford, 10 Cohoes, and 20 Stone Brook, but based on the GIS information on the town website, it appears that all of those also fail to meet the 40-foot setback requirement for a single-family residential district in the town. I also indicate that the benefit sought by the applicant cannot really be achieved by any other method because the natural constraints of the property has a lot of wetlands contained on them, as well as that drainage easement granted to the town, which is on the Waterford Avenue west side. The requested variance is not substantial in our opinion. And again, that's because of what I've just kind of indicated with respect to the complexion of the rest of the neighborhood. It's all pretty similar. It's an older neighborhood. We propose to build, obviously a brand new home. You guys in your packets have the elevation. It's a pretty nice home that we're proposing to build, 2,500 square feet plus or minus. So we're indicating that we believe it's de minimis for a couple different reasons. One, we're not asking for any more than what those other homes that I've already indicated, they don't meet the setback requirements for the front yard either. Ours is, within the same distances and sometimes much less than some of the others. Also, the drainage easement on Waterford Avenue West, is physically there, but we are told that there's no structures within that upside down triangular piece, that the structures are pretty much close to the right of way at Waterford Avenue West, and they're not located in that area. So to the naked eye, if somebody were to drive down Waterford Avenue West, you wouldn't know that was there, and it would appear as though the proposed house would have plenty of room to meet the 40-foot setback requirement. As far as any environmental physical impact, what we're doing is we're locating the home so as to not to impact those wetlands. So we believe that there's not any adverse impact on the environmental conditions of the property. And lastly, as far as self-created difficulty, again, this parcel has always been situated the way it's been situated. There's not been any adding or subtracting of lands to my knowledge that have created the situation. And we believe that the interest of justice is served by granting the variances, especially in light of the similarly situated properties throughout the development. And if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Thank you very, very much for a comprehensive review. Mary, you start us off.
Well, I think I'd like to reserve any questions I might have. Do we have anyone in the audience that lives in the area that may have comments? So no, then I have no questions.
Okay, thank you. Tracy?
I don't have any questions either. The setback, the relief requested doesn't seem inconsistent with the neighborhood and the other houses. So I don't have any questions or problems.
Thank you. Kirk?
Couple questions. So I assume once the house is built, it will be for sale, right? It's not for own use.
Well, that's the current thought, yes. Again, depending on, the granting of this application and, building permit applications and such, and then construction, we have the ability to do either. But yes, that is the current thought at this point, is to build for sale.
Okay. And another question, it's just for my own information. I'm looking at the plan. So the lower left corner of the proposed house, it's 18.5 feet from the edge of the wetland.
18.5 feet, yes. That
Yes,
is-
so, okay. And, I don't know whether you can answer this or not. It's probably, someone know about wetland. Is 18.5 feet the minimum distance required to be away from the from a wetland area?
Yeah, I unfortunately am not capable of answering the question as far as the minimum buffer in this particular district with respect to this particular wetland. And again, I don't know if it's a DEC wetland or not. I would have to, I could very easily answer that question probably tomorrow. And if Adam, I'm going to try to text him and see.
I think I can answer that, Nia.
Okay.
From the town's perspective, as long as you're not, the building footprint and the hole that they're gonna dig doesn't impede on the wetlands, there is no specific buffer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay. But at the same time, you don't, I would assume, people don't want to get too close to the wetland. Right? I think, okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirk. Nick?
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, I don't really have any opposition to this necessarily. That is, if there's no, neighbor complaints as far as this. Just curious, do you know the total size of the lot at 30, either square footage or acreage?
Yes. It's 0.44 of an acre or 19,249 square feet. So it exceeds the 18,000 square foot minimum.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a big lot. And just out of curiosity, at the lot at 31, is that the same ownership?
It is.
Okay. And what are the plans for 31? Do you have any?
You know what? I don't think that there are any plans for 31. That, as you can see, is a 5,000 square foot lot.
Yeah.
It was purchased separately. So, I mean, not separately, but it was purchased as a separate lot. So I think that the engineer is just showing this as one, as the lot at 30.
So as far as you know, no plans to come back in the future?
Yeah,
merge
my
30
understanding
and
it's pretty
31?
wet.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know if there were future plans to merge those two lots at all.
No. Well, again, there may be, because there doesn't appear to be any use otherwise.
Okay. No, Chairman, I don't have anything. Thanks, Nia. I don't have any other questions, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael, counsel?
No, I have no problem. It was a nice presentation. The lot has unusual characteristics. The neighborhood has unusual characteristics. I think it's a good plan. I have no problem.
Thanks.
Thank you, Michael. Joe, I have a question for you. And Nia, you said you're looking for two variances, one on the, what we'll call the west corner and then the east corner, but our application only talks about one variance. Do we need to amend that going forward?
What are you talking about exactly, Jim?
The variance requested on the east side is the 24-foot variance and the difference from the 40-foot. But then the
Yeah.
variance, as Nina pointed out, it's 26.2 from, I guess, the west corner, does that need to be put into the application so that we do it correctly when we approve the variance?
No, we
request?
pick the closest point and that's what we stick with.
Okay,
So 24 is shorter than the 26, so we go with the 24 and the site plan locks it in basically.
okay, I just wanted to make sure we did it properly, that's all.
Yep, thank
So,
you.
so just that I understand that we're asking for 2 front yard setbacks, one on west and one on east. The one on east consisting of 16 feet and the one on west consisting of 13.8 feet, correct? Or Joe, are you saying that we're just asking for the larger of the 2, which is 16 feet, and so that it just applies that way?
Right,
So
that was my question too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure.
the
So-
frontage is on
East,
Waterford
But-
Avenue East. We have a 24-foot setback there where the requirement is 40.
correct.
Right.
And
So that is one of
because
the variances.
Right, and because the side yard of the home is situated on a corner lot,
Mhm.
and that sits back, it's proposed to sit back 26.2, which would comply with a side yard setback, but I believe we're asking for an area variance on that one as well, because it's on a corner lot and you have to meet the front yard setback of 40.
Correct. So
Okay.
we're giving a variance for everything exactly as it's shown on the plan, but just the way the notice was written, it was written as 24 because that was the shorter of the 2. But there are 2 front yards because
Okay.
you can see the point where
Mhm.
the Waterford Avenue West side pops in there. If you guys would like
Yes.
to, I can definitely amend the decision to say 24 feet front yard setback on Waterford Avenue East and a 26.2 front yard setback on Waterford Avenue West. That way it's very clear.
I think that would make some sense. I don't know if Michael wants to weigh in on that.
I'm fine with that, Nia. Or typically what we say, we approve it as applied for.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Joe, for the explanation, and Nia. Any other discussion from the board? Hearing that, let's entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to,
Uh,
approve.
Tracy, was that you?
Yes.
Thank you, Tracy. And who was seconded?
I will second that.
Mary will second it.
As a-
Thank you. We'll move to a vote. Member Swanson?
With the motion.
Thank you, Member Vigiani.
With the motion.
Member Nardolillo?
With the motion,
Member Hung?
With the motion,
Thank you. And the chair votes with the motion. It's hereby unanimously approved. Unless Dave Rosenthal showed up at some point, did he? No? Okay. So is there any further business to come before the board tonight? Hearing none, I guess I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, and we meet next Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day at 7 PM. And we have 4 cases. So a motion to adjourn, Nick,
Yes. I'll-
Okay.
seconded Kirk.
Kirk,
All those in favor, aye.
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 We are hereby adjourned. Thank you, and thank you, Kim and Joe, again for a good meeting tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.